bilateralism when building a more stable and secure environment based on integrated deterrence and assurance. In a region like Northeast Asia that consists of several bilateral security arrangements and a complex regional dynamic that leads to less multilateralism than what you see in Europe. What are some ideas that could take hold in the next decade or more greater enable multilateral interoperability, readiness, and integrated deterrence? And how can we work to overcome some of the traditional obstacles to trilateral and multilateral security cooperation in the region?
Yeah, I think that goes back to culture. For those who've been involved in NATO and in the non-Asian part of the world, I think it's much easier to build multilateral defense and security organizations. And I don't understand the cultural rationale behind that and how we've got there, but it probably links back to the wars of the 17th, 18th, 19th centuries. But it is a challenge, and if you think about it, these security structures across Asia are few and far between. There's the UNC in Korea, there's the FPDA, and there are other organizations that have links into security, but there is obviously no binding NATO-like organization here. And I'm no huge expert, and many of you are experts on this region, but I think it will be difficult to build a NATO-like organization in this part of the world. The start point for me is a realization that there is a real threat, a real challenge. And, warfare is in the mind. And if one believes that you need to bind together, then you will bind together. And it will grow, and it will probably grow slowly. And we talked about the process yesterday, whereby it is starting to gain some momentum. But you must believe for real readiness to work. And many of us, I'm sure, have been in organizations where we know that there is a real chance that we will fight tonight. And again, it's not just a bumper sticker. And we've been in organizations where we talk about readiness. But when we're honest with ourselves, when we look ourselves in the mirror, we think, no, it's not going to happen. Well, Ukrainians thought it wasn't going to happen. How many mates have we got who we talked to who, said to us, are they going to go in? Are they really going to go in? I know all the intelligence says they will. And then all of a sudden you've got people being butchered on the streets and it's real. And by then it's too late. It's too late to train, to develop all of the interoperability, the readiness that we're talking about. So I think you've got to believe and you've got to grow it and, get the small gains that have been so successful in the sporting world. We can build those examples those examples of marginal gains into the military construct and every day get a little bit better. And I learned one interesting fact on the CCPT, our big training exercise recently, that is if you improve by 1% every day, over a year, you improve by 37% as an organization. If you decline in performance by 1% every day, you only go down over a year by 9%. And as counterintuitive as it is, and I had to go and look it up, that's really interesting. It just demonstrates small improvements in whatever organization we're talking about very rapidly grow to something really substantial. I'll leave it there.
If I can just add to